Hey.
Hey.
How y'all doing? It's Winning Wednesday. Hey, Takia. Hey, Nicole. How
Hey.
y'all doing? Y'all
Good.
good. It's Winning Wednesday, so y'all know what that means. But to all of our people just coming in, it is the welcome to the Home Buyers Clubhouse. My name is Jessie Lynn. I am a triangle realtor with A to Z Realty. Nicole, introduce yourself, sweetie.
I am Nicole Crawford. I am a realtor with Keller Williams Realty, servicing the Greensboro Triad area.
Takia. Did she freeze? Oh, there she go. There you go, Takia. Can you hear us? She must have had a phone call. We can't hear you because you had a phone call. It's okay.
Sorry.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Takia with Keller Williams Realtor in Maryland.
Awesome. You guys, look, it's Winning Wednesday and it's also still Financial Literacy Month. So we have Miss Rashonda McAdoo here in the studio. But before we get started, we want you guys to drop your wins in the box below. Drop your wins in the box below. Nicole, sweetie, dear, how are you winning today, honey?
I'm winning. It's Wednesday.
Always, right?
And I'm beating these allergies. That's what I'm saying.
Girl, I ain't even took my allergy medicine. So yeah. I think Takia froze again. Yep, she froze again. She's struggling on that phone. But yeah, you guys, I am winning because I have started a workout plan. I have lost 6 pounds according to my scale, which was a lie in a day. But anyway, I am winning. Drop your wins in the box below. I'm about to bring Miss I'm gonna take Takia out of the studio right quick. And I'm gonna bring in Miss Rashonda McAdoo. How you doing? Am I tearing your name up? Please tell me, honey.
No, you said it the correct way. It's Rashonda McAdoo coming through. So yeah, McAdoo coming through.
All right, tell us, what do you do, honey?
Tell us hello, ladies. Yeah, so I am a licensed life insurance representative for Primerica Financial Services. So, I'm able to share the retirement products, but I'm not licensed in the area. We do have a retirement specialist. So we just teach people about term insurance and investing the difference.
Awesome. Okay. So, all right. So let's just say, and just break that down because a lot of people don't really realize, when it comes to life insurance and different things, the benefits of life insurance is things outside of burial and all types of things like that. Could you break down some of those products and how could they benefit someone who does or doesn't have life insurance? Or start with that.
Okay, so of course, life insurance is basically like a contract between you, the insured person, and the insurance company. In the event if you passed away, your family will receive a check, basically. So with Primerica, we have term insurance, which is pure protection. There's not a cash value inside. That way, our clients are able to get more coverage at an affordable price. So we just say, hey, get some life insurance outside of your job. That way, you are the owner of that policy. And, because a lot of people have insurance on their job through group insurance, but they have a certificate. And so, the best time to get life insurance is when you are young and healthy so you can qualify.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that because my mom used to always tell us that before, she passed away. She used to always say, get you some life insurance outside of your job. Get you some life insurance outside of your job. And a lot of people don't realize why that's important. And as you were talking, I kind of thought of a lot of movies when you were talking about the term life insurance. And a lot of people say that they cashed in on their life insurance policy to do such and such. How is that possible? What type of insurance is that and all of that?
So when you have a cash value, that's known as a whole life or a universal life. We try to say, hey, don't get those kind of policies because, if you have a cash value, you have to borrow from that policy, right? They always try to sell you on those because they say, hey, send your child to college. But if you have to borrow something, that means you have to pay it back. And so it's going to cost you interest anywhere between 6 to 8%. Even in the first 3 to 5 years, there's $0 in that cash account. So, a lot of people don't know they're paying all those extra fees. And when somebody cash their so let's say they surrender their insurance, known as a surrender charge, they're going to cash it out, and most likely, if you keep borrowing from that, your life insurance policy will lapse.
Okay, Nicole or Takia, do y'all have any questions before I kind of?
No, that was good. I don't have anything yet.
Okay. All right. So I was kind of playing around on y'all site, and y'all have something that kind of mentions how money works. Are you able to explain that
Yeah,
program?
so yes, ma'am. So we have different concepts saying how money works. When you spend your money, we just say, if you don't know the rules, you're going to lose. Just like, you playing checkers or chess, no one explaining the rules, you're going to lose. So that's how money works. So the first rule is the rule of 72. So let's say I gave you ladies $10,000 each and you couldn't spend it. So the rule of 72 was just a simple calculation saying how long it would take your money to double. So compound, double, or the same terms. And so if I gave you $10,000, you couldn't spend it. Most likely you're going to say you're going to put it in the bank. But the banks are only paying less than 1% interest. So you only made $100, on $10,000 the entire year. Even if you put it into a CD, which is 3%, 372 is going to take you 24 years. So, after 48 years, you got $40,000 sitting with 3%. With 6%, you only have $160,000. And of course, due to inflation, we know there's just not enough money, right? And so what Primerica does, we say, hey, put your money in a vehicle such as a mutual fund, which is where investors pool your money together and they put into the stock for you. And if you leave in that vehicle, you can gain anywhere between 9 to 12% rate of return, better than the banks. So of course there's more, risk involved, but it's guaranteed that it has been working.
All right. So let's talk about that again. Let's rewind.
Okay.
All right. What we need to put our money in again, girl?
So we will recommend an investment known as a mutual fund. Have you heard of the company Invesco before?
No, but I've heard of a mutual fund.
Okay. And so, like I said, we have a retirement specialist that does that. So, of course, we would do a one-on-one with you individually and see where you are currently and see how we can help you save. But with Primerica, I mean, if you can save $6.25 per week, that's $25 per month, because we try to help working class, middle class families. So all you need is $25 per month just to start a mutual fund with Primerica.
$25 per month.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
If I say $25 per month, how much money would I have over time?
We'll say between 9 to 12%. You get like a 35-year term. So we want you to invest along with your life insurance policy. So in 30 years, you can at least have $75,000.
That's pretty good. And that's only $25 a month.
And that's $25. So the more you put in, of course, you'll get a rate of return that's higher.
And that's awesome. And that's good. And we were kind of talking about last week, we were talking about the 7 steps to building financial freedom or whatever. And, it starts out, with people before, you're thinking about it like, okay, I need to go out and move out on my own. You move out on your own, but now you're living paycheck to paycheck. And then you kind of graduate to saving about a year's worth of income. And then it's 2 years. So how could someone starting out or someone in the middle class, what are some things that they could do to kind of work their way up to financial freedom?
Well, sometimes you just have to just set a budget. I mean, to be honest, you have to say, is it a need or is it a want? So sometimes you just have to cut out cable, for instance. If you can save and take away that cable bill for the next 6 months or 12 months, you can see how much money you can save. I mean, a lot of us use our phones and our laptops and we're not even watching TV. So I think that's just an extra bill that we're paying for that we really don't need. So I tell my family members, if you really want to save, you can. Sometimes you just have to stop eating out a lot. If you look at your debit card statement, I did it like last month. And I see how many times I ate out. I mean, that's like an extra $1,000 over 3 months. So if you really want to save, you can. You just have to say, what do I need versus what do I want?
Okay, definitely. Ladies, y'all have any questions?
I was gonna say she touched on mine, but but for somebody that is like, if you had a young person that was starting out, what would you suggest as far as policies for them to get when it comes down to life insurance?
So if you're 18 or over, you can get your own policy. For a term insurance policy, I mean, you can get up to $300,000 for our company for like $40 or less per month. We say the best time to get life insurance is when you are young and healthy. That way you can get like a locked-in rate. And then with Primerica, that price would be the same for the next 35 years. Now, let's say a parent decides to get life insurance through Primerica. We have something called a child rider benefit. So even if they're under 18, before they turn 25, they can stay on your policy until they turn 25, and it covers all of your children for like an additional $6 or $12. So let's say if you wanted $20,000 on all of your children, that'd be like $12, and then they stay on your policy. So it's not like those insurance companies when they say, $1 a day. That's $30 per month. So you can cover all your kids with Primerica for $6 per month versus $30.
Okay. So we have someone in the audience, Miss Nikki Wright. She want to know, what if you are in your 40s? That was my question, but since the audience asked the question first, why not go next?
So 40s, you're still young. Like I said, most likely you'll be able to qualify for the entire 35 years at 40. I think that's the cutoff period. Then you might be able to qualify for the 30-year or 25-year. But with Primerica, like I said, we focus on buy term insurance, which is pure protection. That way you can get more coverage. And so we do have something called term now, where you don't even have to do a paramed exam. So all you do is submit an application, they do the underwriting, and then most likely you get approved within 2 to 3 business days. Now, if you prefer the custom advantage, you can get a lower rate depending on your height and your weight, and you do have to submit blood and urine, but you do have those options.
Awesome. Nicole, you have any more questions?
That was it.
Takia, you have any questions, sweetie?
Do you guys also do like IULs or anything like that?
IULs, we don't. We just focus, like I said, on the term insurance.
On just the term? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I don't know what an IUL is. But my question to you is, so like Nikki was kind of saying, so for someone that's younger, someone in their 40s, I'm going back to the money. I'm sorry, I'm back to that.
Okay.
So earlier you mentioned the mutual fund or whatever.
Yes.
Is there another thing for people that's like middle class? $25 is pretty easy for some people, but like, let's say like middle class. And let me not say $25 is easy for some people, because it's not easy for some people. But let's say like middle class, someone who's trying to get a quicker return on their funds. Is it just mutual funds, or is there something else out there as well that you can get a quicker return, like someone in their 40s who need to start a retirement because they self-employed and they just been kind of messing up their money their entire time being self-employed? I'm not in my 40s yet, so we can talk about me, but close to it.
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, my retirement specialist, he could expand in that area. But what I am able to mention is that, hopefully you may have a 401k somewhere where you can do a rollover or a transfer from a job, right? And so you can actually roll that money over into a Primerica account where you're able to get that interest through the mutual fund account. So yeah, hopefully you can find some money somewhere, because people say they don't have money, but if you have a 401k somewhere, if you have some kind of savings, even if you had that cash value money in a whole life policy, we would say, hey, get a term policy with Primerica, get approved, and then go back and take that cash value out and invest it from there. So that way you have a lump sum of money and you're not just starting off with the $25.
Okay. Nikki Wright rolling her eyes. I guess she's in her 40s, so
you can still get some in your 40s. It's not too late. But like I said, I will recommend you put more in there, like $100 or $500 per month. I won't recommend $25 at 40 years old.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Audience, do y'all have any questions? Besides Nikki Wright? Do y'all have any questions? Takia, Nicole, y'all have any more questions for her?
No, well, the one thing that I was thinking about, because now I'm in a situation where I am trying to make sure that I have, that my parents have enough coverage at this point in their lives, and they're not in their 40s. What would you suggest far as making sure, because we've had that conversation of what they do have, but I personally want to make sure that I have coverage to make sure if anything happens. What would you suggest my route be for trying to make sure they have coverage that I'm paying for?
Well, it depends on their age. The cutoff period for Primerica is 70 years old. So you have to, are they over 70? Do you know? Okay, so yeah, they're actually able to still get a term life insurance policy. I mean, it might be for another 10 to 15 years. It wouldn't be 35 years, but it still would be affordable since it's not a cash value. So you can actually get enough coverage for them right now, as long as they're not over 70, where they can at least get a 15-year term policy. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for the people out there, for the business owners, I'm trying to stay off the business owners because I'm trying to make sure we cater to our audience. But we have a lot of business owners out there in our audience. Is it possible to put like insurance, life insurance, or some type of insurance on your business or something like
Yeah,
that?
so we actually have a Primerica Secure. That's a whole nother company if you want to get, commercial insurance, especially for entrepreneurs. You want to make sure that you have life insurance because y'all don't have any benefits. And so, if you are in real estate, what company do you all get your life insurance from? I would recommend, even if you have a policy now, we would love to take a second look to get you more coverage. Because, the average person could get $1 million for like maybe $100 a month versus having the cash value paying $300 for life insurance. And so I really think our plans are real affordable, especially for business owners.
So, and that's the thing. So, and as far as the beneficiaries, when it comes to putting it on your business or whatever, or however you do it, that you can leave that to like your business partner or whatever, whenever, if something happens to either one of you guys.
Yes, ma'am. Just making sure you have the correct spelling on the beneficiary, because a lot of insurance money does not get paid out. So, just talk to your the person you're going to leave the money to. How can I locate the policy? Because people say, well, I have life insurance, but well, who do I call in the event you pass away? Do I call the company? Do I get in touch with your job? And so a lot of people say, hey, my mom have insurance on me. But if you have someone depending on your income, you need to make sure you have a policy and you are the owner of that policy. Because, if you're not the owner, that money goes to the beneficiary of the policy owner. And so it's very important that you own your own policy versus you having your mom's name. Because, if you're married with children, right, your wife don't want to go through your mom to get $10,000, so that's very important.
That's great advice. People that's newly engaged, people that's newly married, people that just had children. And let's even go to our seniors. I have like 3 questions all in one right now.
Okay.
Some good advice for like people storing their life insurance policies, some questions about how to talk to your family about your life insurance policy, questions to talk to your future spouse about a life insurance policy. Like, how would you approach these things or whatever? And then somebody in my audience got another question. So let's do those 3 questions that I have, or any advice that you have for them.
So, well, I would just say, just make sure, like I say, you're the owner of that policy. Excuse me. So say that second question again. You was talking about advice, how you communicate. Okay, so what Primerica does, we just say income protection, right? Because we know people say get enough to bury me. And we've been passing that same generational curse where each generation has to start over, because we're just paying the funeral homes billions of dollars. And you have the family to feed, right? People go into foreclosures. You still have utilities to pay for. You still have to feed your babies. And so what we say, life insurance is income protection, because when you're no longer here, you want to make sure you replace your income. So if we get away from just enough to bury me and the funeral costs, start talking about leaving generational wealth. That's how the wealthy has been building generational for years. Even the millionaires still leave some money for their children's children. The words say leave an inheritance for the children's children. So if you can remember, like Grandpa left me $50,000, you'll remember Grandpa John, versus saying I'm broke all the time. And so that's why we struggle so much, because no one is leaving anyone no money. We just, here for ourselves and say, hey, I'm not going to leave no money for them. I hear there a lot of, conversations. So if we can just program and say, hey, I love my children, and when I'm no longer here, I want to make sure they have some generational wealth.
Your children's children.
Yes,
so, all right. So you were saying that so the mortgage insurance, that's like a term of life insurance, right? You pass away, your mortgage get paid off, right? Is that like
that's a life part insurance? Of the cash value account. Like I said, we really don't, focus on the cash value whole life. But Primerica, we just focus on investing the difference. So that way, if you do save it for retirement, of course, you have those penalties and fees for $459.5. But it's your money. You can still call a 1-800 number, and then they'll just deposit it into your checking account.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nikki want to know, how can she book a consultation?
So you can just call me 336-212-9696, or you can send me an email at rashondamcadoo@gmail.com, and just leave your name, your number, and I'll give you a free quote. I would say it's free to meet with any Primerica representatives. We do not charge to meet with our clients. So, a virtual appointment, I can meet you at Starbucks if you are in the surrounding area. But I am licensed in 4 different states: Maryland, New York, here, and Virginia. So, yeah.
She's out of Maryland. Takia's out of Maryland. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. So, of course,
Yeah.
I love referrals, and I'll do the same for you all, ladies.
Awesome. I may be calling you. All right. Y'all have any more questions for her?
That's it for me.
Awesome, you guys. All right. Thank you so much, Rashonda. Again, tell them how they can get in contact with you and how they can find you and all that good stuff.
Yes. So you can add me on Facebook, Rashonda McAdoo. Like I said, call me 336-212-9696. That's my personal cell phone number. And or you can just, send me an email at rashondamcadoo@gmail.com. So my name is spelled here at gmail.com, and just say, hey, I listened to your presentation. Leave your name, your number, and your phone number.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming today. We really appreciate you. And we will be in contact, and make sure you leave your information in the group at the bottom of this chat as well, so they can get in contact with you. And again, thank you so much for stopping by, girl. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome. All right. Have a good day. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies, that was awesome. I actually learned a lot, because I really need to do better. I need to start planning for retirement. Last year I tried to do this on my own. I tried to plan for my retirement, and I thought it was a good idea to invest in some bonds and stuff. And I don't see anything happening with that. So what are y'all thoughts?
It's definitely something I've been working on, and really need to ask for help. My husband said the other day, he said that's why we have a big problem, especially our culture, is we are so afraid to ask for help. And so that's one thing that I'm working on, because I do need to work on being self-employed. It's so easy for us to spend the money, but then knowing that we don't really have a retirement plan if we're not planning very well. So I'm with you on that. I'm definitely working on that. And the insurance thing is something I've been looking at.
I love that you said that, because you're right. And I've been doing my taxes since I was like 18 years old. And this year last year I decided I'm going to do stocks, and I've sold some stocks, and I've been doing all kinds of stuff. My business was just picked all the way up at the freaking last minute of the year. So I really had no plans to kind of think about any of that. And I did my taxes this year, and it was just like, oh God. And I'm about to pass out now thinking about it. So I think I'm gonna hire a CPA and some help when it comes to my life and my business. And look, y'all, we it's okay to ask for help. Takia,
I learned some stuff from there, and like you guys, it is time to ask for help when you need some things. I do use my CPA. However, I do need to get better with my books. So one of the things I know that I need help with is actually working with a bookkeeper to actually handle the books, because even, at the end, I still have to go in and, reconcile the books and everything in order to give to the CPA. And I'm trying to do that at the last minute and all that kind of stuff. So if I leverage some help in that area and where they're doing it on a monthly basis, it'll just be so much easier.
Definitely. I had a client yesterday. She was like, well, somebody told me if I sell my home, I'm going to look, I can't help you on that, honey. I just did my taxes. You don't even want me to help you with that, because you need to talk to an accountant, sweetie. But we need help, y'all. Get help. It's okay to hire people. Stop trying to do stuff on your own. And I always go back to President Trump. He made all that doggone money. Well, our ex-President Trump, he made all that doggone money and paid $0 in taxes. And I want to be like him. I want to pay $0 in taxes, because there's some tricks out there, and we need to learn it. we got to do better, y'all. We really got to do better. And like Rashonda was saying, when it comes to generational wealth, I don't want to leave the money to them. You need to leave wealth for your children, your children's children, your children's children's children, or whatever. So yeah, stop having that mindset, you guys.
Yep.
Stop having that mindset. That's where we always fall short. Oops, Takia gone. All right. So, all right, Nicole, you don't have anything else?
No, I was just gonna say, but I think for the biggest thing is for our cultures, because we're not brought up in a lot of that. It's just trying to figure out the vehicles that we can use to create generational wealth. And there's such a stigma behind asking for help, because we don't know. And then, like I experienced just within the last week, asking for help on something. And then before I know it, now I gotta find somebody because now they done walked off with my money. And so, yeah, it's that type of thing. So when we ask for help, we have to make sure it wasn't even enough for me to sneeze at, but it's just a matter of, if you know Nicole, she don't ask. So, but for me to entrust you with that job to do, and then you not do it, and then you cut me off completely, it just goes to show that why we don't ask for help a lot of times.
Yeah, that's my issue too. I can't even say nothing to you about it, but we got to do better. We got to get on each other about that, because that's a lot of our issues. Is our pride. We let our pride get in the way. But I'm with you though, and I finally put my guard down, and then you decide that you want to go, and this is why I don't ask for help in the first place.
Bingo.
So we got to do better.
We do have to do better.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, my name is Jessie Lynn. I'm a triangle realtor with A to Z Realty. You can reach me at 919-818-9854. Nicole?
I am Nicole Crawford. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Realty out of the Greensboro Triad area. And I can be reached on my cell as 336-457-3007.
And you guys can reach all of us here in the Home Buyers Clubhouse every Wednesday and every Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find us on YouTube at the Home Buyers Clubhouse. You can find us on Facebook in our private group and on our page at Home Buyers Clubhouse. We'll see you guys on Friday, and we hope you guys have an awesome day. Bye-bye.